We
Well, hello,
have
everybody.
a lot.
Thank you for joining me tonight. I hope everyone's doing well. And we are about to start Stardew Valley. Yeah, we got our new farm that we started. Is it going?
Pretty sure this is the 50th anniversary. 18 karat rose gold with the black dowel. Box paper is complete.
Wow. There's no way there's more.
There's one more.
Oh, okay. There's one.
One more. That's how I remember what else I bought. This is an AP 26331 OR. I also have a 262392, so I have the same exact watch with the open case back too, as well. Remember, Wednesday, 2:15 eBay Live. If you want to see even more watches, we auction off over 100 watches Wednesday from 2:15, and we don't leave until everything is sold, all at $1 no reserve. You'll see a lot of Panda Daytonas on there. You'll see a lot of Explorers on there. You'll see a lot of Batgirls on there. Everything. Make sure to tune in. We throw in jewelry in there as well too. I'll see you guys Wednesday night, eBay Live, and I'm on there the whole time.
The cars are the stars.
Today, I'm taking you inside one of the most valuable private supercar garages in the world. This is David Lee, the most famous Ferrari collector on the planet. A collection valued at nearly $200 million. It looks like it just came out of the factory in Italy. From his most recent purchase, a $38.5 million Ferrari 250 GTO, to one of Ferrari's most modern icons, the SP3, which I actually got to ride in. Oh my God. The Big Five, assembled in 2 colors, alongside other cars that are truly what I want to it. So today, we're getting the full scope and a complete tour of his incredible garage. I believe this is my 4th time to be in this garage, and it never loses its luster, its energy. Between your red ketchup collection and your mustard collection,
Yes.
this is a magical space. And I feel like a lot of car enthusiasts are seeing this frame and going, how lucky this guy is to come into this garage and enjoy it with you. So thank you for having us here.
Sure.
We have a strong start here.
This one here, the 288 GTO, is 1985. It's a V8 twin turbo. You know, I mean, it may look like, some people, they don't know, it looks like the 308 or the 328, but it's certainly not. I mean, this is a very powerful car, and it's still very much like a road car. A lot of the luxury, the leather, everything, you can really almost drive this like an everyday car. And as you know, and as I told you before, this is when I fell in love with Ferrari. This is when I was in high school. And you know, in those days we have real magazines. You know, we're opening up Road and Track, and I still have that magazine. And I saw the spread on this, and they were prevailing this as, wow, this is a supercar, the first supercar Ferrari made, and it's this and that. But just looking at it, I thought it was the most beautiful Ferrari, and I fell in love with the design.
I can imagine seeing this in the 80s and just being mesmerized by it. Still to this day, I mean, look how incredible this car has aged. Between the time this was retailing versus now, the price, you just showed me one that sold in an auction for 8.25 million.
Yeah. I mean, when I bought it, it was a lot of money. It was like 2.3, you know.
And probably a lot of people thought that you were insane.
Yeah, that was all the money. That was all the money at that time. It was the most expensive at the time. But it just shows that the value of these cars are appreciated, and it's still appreciating. It's still going to go for more. You're going to see as auctions go on, it's going to go for more. I mean, I didn't do it for that. I didn't know. I just did it for the passion. I loved the car. I wanted to buy it.
The fact that you know how rare these cars are and going out on a pursuit to acquire each one of these cars and collect and retain a collection like this is a huge challenge. Yeah. It's beyond money. You have to find and you have to convince the people to sell you these cars.
Well, even in this 288 GTO, going back to it, it was a doctor in Italy that owned it, and he loved it. And I remember even when he finally had to sell it, there was a picture of it going, or a video going onto the, into the transport car. The guy was crying. He was crying that his baby is gone. But one thing he is at least happy about, just like, you know, sometimes the person receiving, which is me, was somebody he knows is going to take care of his baby.
All right, let's talk about this stunning Ferrari F40. So I want to mention a couple of things that I think are fascinating. And I didn't know this prior to coming here. They made 1,315 of these F40s. So the production value, given how unique and rare this car is relatively high, especially comparing to what we're going to see next.
Yes.
And I didn't also know that this is a 2.9 liter turbocharged V8.
Yes.
And transitioning to F50, there's a big shift with the engine and the production quantity.
Right.
So what are your thoughts on F40 and what makes this car really special?
Yeah, you know, Enzo Ferrari, when he was still alive, he wanted to make a masterpiece. He wanted to make a road car for the street, and this was one. This was...
And also the last one he worked on,
The last one he worked on, and it was the first production car that went over 200 miles per hour. I mean, he really put all his energy to make this car. Just the way the engineering is and the balance and the way it was.
And it's a purist. I mean, it's just designed to go fast and be efficient.
Yeah.
And if you don't mind, David, I would love for you to show the interior to everyone.
So this car, unlike the 288 GTO, is very much a race car. I mean, you look at it, there's really no creature comforts. Luckily, they gave us the air conditioning on here, but I mean, the seats are like racing seats, very hard, very minimal. It's all about the performance of the car.
The driving experience.
The driving experience, the sound of the engine. It's very minimalistic.
And I mean, I've ridden in your F50. It's a pretty raw experience to drive these cars. You feel the power, you feel the energy. And I have to say, I have to give you huge credit for how immaculate you keep these cars. It looks like it just came out of the factory in Italy.
Yeah, you know, and you know I drive the cars, you know. I mean, I drive it to car shows, I drive it everywhere. You know, I'm not afraid to drive it.
You're also currently working on this car, hence why the engine cover is actually open. It is fascinating once you understand the mechanics of a car and how an engine is built and bolted into the subframe, the structure.
This garage, the other thing I was saying, it's a working garage. So my Ferrari mechanic, who I have, you know, full time, he's working on these cars in this garage all the time.
Constantly.
He doesn't send it out. I mean, we can probably do 85, 90% of the work here. You see the V8 engine, you see the intercoolers, you know, the turbos, the exhaust pipes. In the days of today where everything's covered, you know, here you get to see it.
Absolutely. And these back tires are crazy, David.
Oh yeah, look at that.
They
look
are
at that.
insane.
Look at that. Yeah, I mean,
They're
to have the friction that it has, you know, on the grounds to get that quick jump from 0 to 60 or 0 to 100.
You need traction.
You need traction.
David, how much are these going for right now?
6.6 we just sold for in the auction. And you know, because for the higher quantity that these were made, you know, for many years it was not as much, but now it's really like people are respecting it, and now, you know, 6.6 is amazing, right?
It's quite amazing.
Yeah.
Off we go to the next one. I'm excited for this one. F50.
Yeah.
They took all the learnings from F40, modernized it.
Yeah.
Now put a V12 naturally aspirated engine and kind of went all out.
Yeah. So what I think they did at that time was, there's only so much they can get out of the V8 and turbo engine. They couldn't make it more powerful. If they did, they would have tried to. And the next thing they had to move to was a V12 engine. First time they used fully carbon. Before it was Teflon and carbon fiber. Now it's fully carbon fiber.
At that time, to fully commit to carbon fiber, it wasn't as proven of a material, meaning people knew its strength, but they didn't know the longevity, or if this was going to be a timeless material.
And they hadn't perfected it, right, at that time.
I mean, to be very frank, like I said, I've written in your other F50, carbon fiber work looks immaculate. The structure is strong. This felt more rigid than most of the modern cars that I've driven.
Yes. Indeed, it was a right decision. It was a right choice. It's amazing because the sound you can hear. For many years, that this also car got a little bit of a, didn't hit the potential of what it should be.
So there was a period that was underappreciated.
Underappreciated. But, every owner that I talked to loved the car. I love the car. I think now it's starting to get the respect that and the appreciation that it's getting right now.
One thing that I wish Ferrari would do more is these fixed spoilers. When I go back to my childhood, it's like, that's what I imagine. Like F40 and F50 have such a distinct look from the rear. And for some reason, Ferrari seems to really deviate from the spoilers.
Sure. They brought it back for the SF90 XX and the F80. They, for a long time they didn't put the wings.
So what would you say the ongoing market rate for F50?
Well, I mean, the weekend, the red one went for 6.6 million, but the yellow one in last time Pebble Beach went for 9.7 million.
So obviously the year, the amount of miles, and
it is mileage sensitive. It is how rare it is, all that kind of stuff.
David, isn't it crazy? Like sometimes when you drive these cars for 10, 20, 30 miles, it could be a matter of $20, $30, $40,000 in price reduction. Getting a session in these cars is a pretty big deal.
Yeah, you want to enjoy it, but you don't want to put crazy miles on it. I mean, that's.
Yeah. Okay, I'm so impressed with Enzo for various reasons, but the biggest point for me is the fact that this car was released in 2003.
Yes.
So this car is over 20 years old.
Yes. This car is actually very special to me because it was my first collection car. The first time, like, serious collector. I mean, I had Ferraris before, like regular ones, but this was one that I decided, hey, how can I buy a car that doesn't lose money? Maybe you appreciate, and so forth. So at the time, it was like, I don't know, 15 years ago, I bought this car for 1.43 million. And that was a lot. It was over $1 million. That was my first over $1 million car.
Big deal.
That's a big deal. And then driving on the street to like, $1 million car driving on the street was a big deal. I think it's when they now perfected the V12. They had balanced it. They had engineered it. It was, of course, at that time, broke all the records. It was also first attempt of using F1 transmission that Michael Schumacher was very involved with to be part of. They took a lot of things from F1 in this car. A lot of people don't know. Still real analog, so it's just like this car and the previous car. It's all about your driving ability. It's not the car doesn't help you. There's no computer that helps you. It's all you and your ability. This was quite controversial at the time. Pininfarina had its Japanese designer lead this design, and so when it came out, it was like, whoa, man, this is totally different. This is not like the previous design. Love it or hate it. Some people didn't like it, at the time.
Like a lot of Ferraris these days, I feel like maybe that's the art of designing something unique. If a lot of people just like it, or they like it but they're not passionate, they're not aggressive about it, maybe it's not that good of a design. Really good art is polarizing. You either love it or hate it. If they just make you like it, maybe you didn't do a good of a job.
Some of the supercars are made for long-term longevity, made for something that you appreciate and you're going to love. I mean, you look at all these cars, you still love all the cars. You still love the F40,
this car is 22 years old.
And people still love it,
It looks incredible. If someone didn't know this car, they would just assume this is a nice modern sports car.
Exactly.
They wouldn't know that this car was 23 years old. These are fetching big prices now.
I mean, right now, the last auction, 17 million.
Standing room only. Yes. In this building.
$17 million. And you're talking about a some change $1 million purchase that
when I bought it at that time.
When you bought it 20 years ago. Incredible. They're beating S&P 500. What can I say? This is an Aperta, right?
Here's a Aperta.
This is an Aperta. So it's almost 10 years old.
Yes.
Just 10 years old.
Yeah, yeah.
It looks incredible. And this is the first time Ferrari really dived into bringing hybrid technology into an iconic car like this.
Sure. With the supercars, they try to do it every decade to celebrate. Like celebrate the 30-year anniversary. F40 was definitely the 40-year anniversary. F50 was the 50-year anniversary. And so, although they didn't make it F60, it's the 60-year anniversary.
Yeah, I was gonna say you have cars from like 6 different decades.
Yes, indeed. And you know, this was the 70-year anniversary. I have quite the story as well. You know, this was not my original LaFerrari. I had a coupe that I bought from Robert Herjavec, and at the time he was going through a divorce, and he had one of the first ones, a Canadian, and he just needed to sell his asset. I have to be honest, I was not at the level of a customer to buy their top Halo car at the time. I was buying a lot of good cars. I was getting limited.
Basically, you were building your profile at the time.
I was building a profile, but I didn't have enough to be able to get a LaFerrari. And then 7 years later, I guess he rebuilt his life. You know, he made his money. He had a new bride.
He's a lovely guy.
He's a great guy. So he asked me, can I have something back from what I used to own? It just makes me feel better, sentimental value. And you know, I'm very sentimental about that. I understand that because there's cars I've sold and I sometimes regret it. I want to buy back. So I sold him back his car. But then I didn't have a LaFerrari now. So then I had to look for one. And I was, wow, it was for a year. Like I was like, man, did I make a mistake? I can't find the right car. And then I came across this. It was the LaFerrari Aperta, which is even more rare, right? There was 209 of these, right? Compared to the 499 of the
499 coupe, 210 Apertas.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
And so it was a clean one, and I was able to buy it. But this was also, like you mentioned earlier, you're alluding to, it is a really departure because I think, again, they couldn't get more power out of the V12, okay? And then the turbo, they added turbo. And then they added a hybrid electric engine. Yes.
And this car also sounds incredible. Before we keep going, I want to pause for a second. It's a new year, and a lot of us feel the pressure to reinvent ourselves. New goals, new habits, a new version of you. But most of the time, that doesn't last. By February, those resolutions fade, not because we don't care, but because we never slowed down to understand ourselves. One of the biggest shifts for me over the last few years has been realizing that real change doesn't come from forcing motivation. It comes from understanding your patterns and why you respond to life the way you do. Therapy gave me the space to see that clearly. That clarity brings peace, and once you have it, everything else becomes easier to navigate. This video is sponsored by BetterHelp, and I genuinely think they're one of the simplest ways to start that process in 2026. BetterHelp is an online therapy platform that makes therapy more accessible and flexible. You start with a short questionnaire, and based on your needs, you're matched with a licensed therapist, often within just a few days. If the therapist that you match with isn't the right fit for you, you can switch to a new therapist. This crazy week, that's, I'm assuming, very important in your life.
Yes. The 288 GTO was a high school dream car, but the 250 GTO was not even in the category of even considering. It was like outer space category.
That's God tier.
Yeah. I mean, that's God tier, right?
I mean, there are only 36 of these cars in the world.
There was recently a white one that was the only factory white. It was owned by John Shirley, the ex-president of Microsoft, since 1999. So very rare. It's an alloy, it's a race car, front engine V12. It came up for the Macomb auction in Florida this past weekend. You know, maybe I'll play, I'll try to bid on it, not expecting I'll get it. It was, the estimate was 50, 60 million. People were thinking it's probably going to go 70 million. It was just because of the rarity of that car. And I bid on it, and, for whatever reason in life, in an auction, sometimes there's surprises and stuff. All the stars aligned. I was the one to be able to win the bid, and now I'm the new owner and custodian of this white Blanco Speciale white 250 GTO.
You paid $35 million for it, but with fees and everything, it
Yes.
came out to $38.5 million,
Yes, 38
right?
and a half, yes.
Which I would like to think that you got a great deal on it.
Yes.
But more importantly, it also went to a very appropriate owner. Everybody knows that you're going to keep this car forever.
Yeah.
So it found an amazing home.
Man, sounds so good.
Fast setting still, baby.
Piero Ferrari reached out to me, the president of Ferrari reached out to me, other GTO owners reached out to me, and of course countless other people from all over the world to say, you know, they're really happy that I won and that, you know, I was really the right steward for this car. I was the right person for this car to have it because, you know, I will take care of it. I will drive it around. I will show it to all of you. You're going to see a lot of content coming out. And hope you come back to shoot it too.
Would love to. Would love
to. You know, you're gonna join me in that journey.
And with that purchase, now your car collection tipped over $200 million.
Yes, indeed. A lot of my friends, everybody makes money in different investments and everything. But for me, I was able to certainly make this incredible investment. Like you said, this outperformed a lot of other kind of investment vehicles. But the main thing is I can have fun with it. It's something it's something that I would have done even if it didn't make this investment. That's the beauty of it. But the fact that it did go up in value, it's a bonus that I didn't expect. But I'm much appreciative.
Amazing. Okay, before we continue with cars, can we quickly cover the motorcycles?
Yeah.
Pranav told me that the one in the center has 0 miles and it's worth $500,000.
I collect Ducatis. This is not all of them. I have some at home.
Well, let's give some context about yesterday. We took 10 of our fans. We did a meetup with David, and we took him to your new jewelry store in Larchmont Village.
Yes.
And what I didn't know is the first floor is like your retail space.
Yes.
But the second and third floor are all spaces that David curated with his team.
Yes.
And it's filled with David's memorabilia, guitar collection, car memorabilia, and you had an awesome Ducati back there as well.
Yes. It was a Tudor collaboration Ducati. This is a Mike Halewood. You know, there's only 2,000 made. Again, this is also, everybody has a certain number. And mine is 28, I believe, which is also a number I like. They made 1,000. And that's another Tudor collaboration with Ducati.
I love the suede seats.
So it's a suede seat, brown and black combination, where the other one was more of a black and red combination.
It's a nice break from all the cars to have a couple motorcycles. But what yesterday taught me, David, and once again, thank you for doing it, you really are a curator at heart. Let's talk about Dino.
Okay.
Dino is a controversial Ferrari.
Yes.
For multiple reasons.
Yes.
Some people like to think that it's not really a Ferrari. Some people like it because it's an affordable Ferrari, especially at the time. But beyond that, you've actually modified this car quite a bit.
Right. The Dino is a Ferrari, right? It's made by Ferrari. It was designed by all the Ferrari folks, Pininfarina and so far. Obviously did actually a really good job because a lot of people love the design. All the parts, all the OEM parts were used by Ferrari. Ferrari built the car. The only reason why it's a Dino and not a Ferrari is because according to Enzo, if it's not a V12, you can't call it a Ferrari. This was a V6. They decided to make more, to be more competitive, to make maybe more volume to support their company, right? But Dino is his son. The big complaint the last 50 years was, it looks great. Standing still looks like it's super fast and design and everything.
I feel like the styling is awesome.
The styling is awesome. It's a mid-engine car too. I mean, it's not a front-engine car. Besides that, they were saying, how come it's not as fast? Well, it is a V6. It was like 160 horsepower. Of course, it can be only so fast. What Ferrari could have made, you know, within the next 10 years or something, if they made a Dino 2, could they have used parts to make it more faster and where it's a crowd pleaser, people would be really happy that this is how it should be made. But if Ferrari did that, they would only use their own parts, only use their own relationship to OEM peoples that they use that to make that car. And so with that idea, I said, okay, let me buy a Dino, let me send it to a somebody that's a kind of not a regular restorer, but an engineering of restore, somebody that in his mind really understand engineering, to see what Ferrari could have done. Nobody knew how much it would have cost, you know, because this had never been done before. So it's just like an open checkbook. It was an open checkbook. I was committed to that. and after 18 months and over $1 million I spent, I created this car. Now, we found a V8 engine that was used, in F40, that we were able to mount sideways like the Miura, like the Lamborghini Miura, and be able to, bore out the cylinders, use aluminum crankshaft, and be able and fuel injected to be able to increase now 400 horsepower. So from 160, 400 horsepower. Okay, Motec computers to have computers to help manage the system. Okay, you have a powerful engine, you got to have stopping power. I put Brembo brakes so that they have stopping power. So we put Koni suspension, okay, and, in there. And then basically,
It's a can of worms. Once you start messing with the engine,
it's like a remodel of your house, which
Exactly.
It will start with the kitchen and end up to be the whole house. Not to mention, at the end of the day, after it's done, the weight was the same and the distribution is even.
That's quite impressive.
Yeah, very impressive, very fast, very fun to drive.
Can we show the
Yeah,
interior?
sure,
I think
please.
the interior looks stunning.
So yeah, I restored it also inside.
The leather seats, the button details.
Yeah, it looks very much like a regular Dino that you would see.
David, what's the year of this car?
1973.
Looks fantastic.
When I was doing these kind of just rallies from Pasadena to Peterson, I remember I had all these everybody was driving new cars. I was driving this car. We were going down the 110. I was in the front. They were chasing me and they couldn't chase me. I was so fast. This car is so fast. You couldn't believe it. If I only had one Ferrari for whatever reason, I think I would be this one because it would be my all-around car. I think it just checks all the boxes for me.
Well said. I appreciate the focus on color as well.
Yeah.
So ketchup, mustard, relish. Now, 812 competition. This is an
Yes.
amazing car. I actually
Yes.
had a chance to drive one of these in
Okay.
Dubai. Sounds amazing, but this one is particularly interesting because of the color.
Yes.
Not only it's green,
Yeah.
but this color changes depending on where you're looking at it.
Yes, this spec of the car, why it's so rare, is because this spec is only reserved for the Cavalcade owners. So those that have participated in the Cavalcade. The Ferrari Cavalcade, again, to remind everybody, it's the top 100 customers of the world that gets invited, that goes to Italy. Ferrari prepares a route and a plan for a week for us to drive our cars to experience all the different parts of Italy that you may not as a tourist. Only at a Cavalcade member could select one of these specs. There was 5 different specs that you could spec. First of all, this is a color, it's called Verde Volterra, which is basically trying to emulate the landscape of Tuscany. You know how when you look at the landscape, some places are bronze, brown, some places are green. And so depending on where you're looking at it, it goes from a bronze to green color. And it's
Which is kind of wild. We'll get the shots. It's literally, as I'm walking, it's transitioning from green to bronze.
Yes. And it's the first time Ferrari uses color-changing paint.
And I think between the Coupe and Aperta, they made roughly 1,600 of these.
I thought it was 800, but
We'll put it on screen. There are too many. Every car.
I have too many cars. I don't remember all the numbers all the time. Sorry about that.
Now, before we go in, and I want to show the interior of this car, I have a question for you.
Yes.
If somebody's out there that wants to buy a modern Ferrari
Yes.
and make their first Ferrari purchase, which Ferrari would you recommend them as good, safe investment?
For a long time, I told people to buy 430 Stradale, a 360 Challenge Stradale, a 458, Speciale, and they were much less money back then. I mean, now they're a lot of money.
Now they're a lot of money.
So it proves that if they had bought that, they would have made a lot of money.
How about 812 GTS?
I think 812 GTS is a good one. I don't know if it's going to be super increase in value, appreciation, but I think it's a good one. It has a chance.
But it will probably retain its value, would you agree?
Yes, and that's good too.
I mean, if you can enjoy it and just pay the maintenance for it,
I think it's good. I love that car. That car is great.
It's a great car.
I had that car.
Can we check out the interior?
Yes, sure, please.
The spec of this car, the interior seat, is just phenomenal. There's something magical about the combination of brown and green.
Yes.
And especially with the tonality you chose for this.
Yes.
What was going through your mind, or was this the entire package they offered?
It was a package they offered. Again, it was only for Cavalcade members. You can see that they put my latest one or something at that time. This was special leather that was for this. A Teflon material, or the gun material they used on this was special.
Yeah, it almost looks like wool, a fabric. You can feel the texture.
Yeah.
Amazing. David, can we start this car?
Yeah, sure. So hold it down.
This is, front engine V12, you know. It's,
Oh my God. Can I rev it a little bit? This is why people buy Ferraris. They sound incredible. This is a stunning car, and I think it has a very bright future. It's going to keep going up.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, it has gone up in value. This is the 812 Competition Perta, so it's already got, I think, 2.5 million right now. I've seen
And
some.
do you remember how much you paid for it when you purchased it?
I paid about like $1 million for it.
Got it.
Yeah.
So it was a quite high value car right off the bat.
Yeah, yes.
Given
yes,
that it's
yes.
812 competition and a Perta.
Yes, that's right.
The
Yes.
Relish collection continues.
Yes, yes, and growing too, because my SF90 XX Spider, which is coming soon, is also green.
Got it.
Also Relish, very special tailor-made spec. Some of the new ones coming are green.
I've actually driven this car 3 different times.
Yeah.
I've driven one exact same spec, not convertible like yours.
Okay.
I'm going to make my statement. Good chance Ferrari might get mad at me. I think it's built really well.
Yeah.
It feels very intact.
Yeah.
It drives and goes like a maniac. It's so
Right,
fast.
right.
It puts it all on the road.
Yes.
But in an odd way, it felt more like a Porsche than a Ferrari. Meaning, with these Ferraris,
Yeah.
there's this mechanical,
Right.
almost clunky aspect of these cars that what makes driving a car like this so distinctly different. When you drive a 488, 458, even 812, you feel this clunkiness. This felt like such a dialed car that it lost that edge a little bit.
And that's actually, you gave Ferrari a compliment. For them to get it all right, to get it all so perfect, to get it all seamless like maybe the Germans.
Well said. I mean, to a degree, it is too perfect in a way. Yeah.
So I can see how, if you relate it to the cars before, it's just so well done. You know, like why isn't it like the characteristics of what we believe a Ferrari is before? But actually, it's a better car.
From that perspective, I would also say, I guarantee this is going to be one of the most reliable Ferraris out there. Mark my words.
yeah.
It's going to have the least amount of time in a shop getting repaired, which older Ferraris tend to require a lot of maintenance, and you can put the power to the road.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. Some of the other Ferraris, you really got to lean into your driving skills.
Matter of fact, I'm going to drive it this weekend because I was looking forward to driving it.
This is, I would say, is the best consumer-friendly Ferrari they have ever built.
Yes.
If you were me, would you buy this or a 12 GTS?
I would buy this.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Just because it's just such a reliable and kind of so well done car, you know? Hey, 812 GTS is a great car too.
Also, that's a pretty reliable car.
You give me a hard choice, but but I mean, I don't know. I'm just thinking for you, this car, if you're going to drive it and you want everything to work correctly and flawlessly, you know, it's a better consumer-friendly car.
Well said. This is one of those cars, the more you look, the more you like, the more you understand. And it doesn't reveal its genius right off the bat.
Yes.
I saw this car roughly a year and a half or almost 2 years ago back in Dubai for the first time. And I looked and I said, good looking car. I get it. There's a retro aspect to it. There is a homage to Ferrari's heritage aspect, but it's also very modern. But then mechanically, very raw. 6.5 liter engine that comes out of that goes into this. This also makes 818 horsepower. They made 499 of these, correct?
Yes, that's right.
But the more I look, and I think I'm also influenced by Janek, he loves cars, the more I like this car, and I feel like this car is on an insane trajectory on appreciation.
Yes. Well, you know, let's talk about the family of this car first, the Icona family. You know, there's the SP1, which was the kind of almost like the Sterling Moss Mercedes, kind of like no windshield, you know, one-seater car, right? The front engine V12. There was the SP2, where, again, the same car, you know, with no windshield, two-seater, okay, front engine V12. You know, I didn't elect to buy that. I didn't like to wear a helmet, and you know, it was just the safety and everything like that. I didn't elect to buy that. Luckily, there was, among the 499, there was 100 clients they allowed to buy this car without having bought the SP1 or SP2. So I was one of the 100 that didn't. It is the most powerful V12. I would almost say this is like you would say, the next level from the Enzo. Where the Enzo, it was a V12 naturally aspirated mid-engine. This is also naturally aspirated mid-engine. It's a Aperta, the top comes off. There were about approximately 30 that were exposed carbon like this. That was offered by Ferrari. You couldn't just ask for it. They were offered to you. And I did the green carbon fiber on this.
David, can we show the rear?
Yeah.
Because it takes inspiration from Testarossa. It's such an interesting balance of retro, modern, and then you have the naturally aspirated engine. And I watched your video with Jay Leno. Jay seemed to really like it.
Fantastico.
Yeah,
And he's someone that doesn't really like newer, more high-tech cars.
Right.
So I feel like Ferrari really honored this heritage with this car, even though it's a year-old car, really.
I mean, I think this is probably one of the most popular, most desirable Ferraris at today.
David, I want to quickly talk about numbers here because it's quite astonishing. So the car MSRP is around $2.2 million, and then you add the options. I'm assuming you paid somewhere around $2.5, $2.6 million plus tax for this car?
About closer to 3, yeah.
Because of your spec.
The carbon fiber bump, it was a big number.
Big number, got it.
Yeah.
I've heard that you got offered $8 million for this car.
In the very beginning, when I got it, yeah, somebody offered me that, you know, and obviously, I mean, I wouldn't have sold it, but the last auction, a similar car that Ferrari made, actually they made one more, in carbon fiber, like this one, which sold for $26 million.
$26 million. For the third and final time, the car is sold.
It was for a charity, but still, the point is, it is fetching incredible numbers.
Well, but again, in any auction, there's two people that, that makes the number, right? It's not just one person. He didn't say, oh, just let me write 26 million.
Yeah.
There was somebody bidding up, and then he ended up winning the bid. Just like the GTO, there was 3 people bidding.
Yeah.
I didn't just suddenly say, hey, let me put $35 million bid.
I think it's worth 38 million.
Yeah. So there's people that bid in order for the number. I mean, there's more than one person that feels it's that value. But anyways, yes, the last one winning bid was $26 million.
So would you say like fair market value for this car would be somewhere around like $10+ million-ish?
That's a deal, yeah.
That's the deal. There you go. And you gave me one more promise. We're going to take a ride in this car later this afternoon.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I'm excited about. Let me tell you, prior to coming here, I didn't realize how valuable this car is and how important of a car it is.
Yeah.
So please.
Yeah, this is a 1964 250 Lusso competition. You know, it's a race car, road race car. It wasn't at the beginning when they first came out. It wasn't meant to be. It was, you know, a Lusso means luxury, means elegance. It was meant to be a gentleman's car, road car. But you know, as everybody understood Ferrari, hey, Ferrari's a race car. So then people would bring it back to the factory, modify it, you know, make it more, set it up to be a bigger engine, change the racing wheels, change the racing suspension, racing seats, put roll bars in there. What I do know is today, there's only 4 existing ones. I have the yellow one.
Behind me is the McLaren W1, which is built as a successor to the legendary F1 and the P1, and its killer rival is the Ferrari F80. So it needs to be amazing.
Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today is not your average 800 or 1,000 horsepower package. Sitting behind me is an LMR 1,200 horsepower package we completed on this beautiful ZL1 Camaro. Let me pop the hood and I'll show you all the bells and whistles and all the goodies we added to this thing to make it a badass street car.
Experience the thrill of unrivaled performance. Our team of experts takes your ride to the next level. From horsepower gains to custom enhancements, we deliver results.
All right, so Mr. Knighton, he is from, I think, the Houston area. He's close by. He's within a couple hours, I believe. Gearhead, wants a fun weekend toy. This isn't gonna be a daily driver. He wants to be able to hop in this thing on a Saturday night, haul ass stoplight to stoplight, even go to the drag strip from time to time, and also have fun 60 to 130s, 60 to 150s. He's actually gonna use this thing and have a blast doing it. So pop the hood, guys. Again, this is what we call our 1200 horsepower package for the ZL1 Camaro. Obviously, the first thing you see when you pop the hood, we have Big Gulp Rotofab Cold Air. We ditched the little 1.7 liter supercharger. We have a nice upgraded 2650 supercharger. Again, this thing has all the bells and whistles on it, guys. So again, it's kind of like our 1000 horsepower package, just with extras on top of it. So full heads and cam package, fully CNC'd cylinder heads, valve springs completely done up, new guides, everything done in the cylinder heads. Camshaft is a custom grind cam specific for this build in particular. It is still a factory short block. So the short block is literally the only thing that has not been changed on this car. The block, crank, rods, and pistons, only thing that's left. So when he wants more horsepower, he has everything needed to turn it up. All we have to do is add a short block to it, and then the sky's the limit. So supercharger, as y'all can see, 2650 comes with our normal stuff. Things he upgraded, y'all can see, it's kind of hard to see here, Jason, but let me show you real quick. Billet valve covers. With the 2650, even our 1000 horsepower package, we do recommend the billet valve covers because of the brackets. It lowers the coil packs. It makes it for a much easier and cleaner install. From there, you can see that, again, American Racing headers all the way back.
It's kind of sketchy coming out here
high
because
flow
the lady was telling me that
with factory mufflers with the dual
rat. You're
mode.
quick, but
You can make it quiet
the
or
graveyard
loud.
man is back on the menu.
What else?
Man, you guys were
bad
right
boy?
when you
Obviously,
guys told
the
me, bro, this isn't your last time graveyard. This is your last time this week doing graveyard. Okay. Oh, rats.
Look at that big old rat. You're quick, but you ain't quick enough for me, Master Splinter. I got you in 4K.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show that is on right now. Back up. He called me talking. Michael called me talking about, Quake, bring your kids to Neverland. I said, nigga, never. You should have called me 5 years ago. My career doing better now. Y'all son, go on up there. Take one for the team. You want me and your mama to be happy, don't you? Somebody got to break this cycle of poverty. You've been chosen. I was up there, but he don't want old niggas.
Alright, we're back at it, ready for action at the job. I'm a little tired, but I'm gonna have my Coke Zero coffee right now and get it in gear. But I'll tell you what, one thing I don't like about this job at all, when you clock in, you gotta count every single cigarette. And that has always been a massive red flag for me since day one, because that means you do not trust your employees and you think that people are always gonna steal from the company, so that's not good. But anyway, let's go ahead and count all these cigarettes.